Can you beat Chimps mode on an advanced map using only ice towers? Alright, so first of all, let's think about this really quickly. We've got Super Riddle, which actually just got a recent buff. We've got Absolute Zero, which is pretty cheap and honestly slows things down quite a bit. And then we have Icicle Impale, which is absolutely fantastic against Moab-class balloons and still not bad against regular old balloons. So can we combine these three guys together, maybe with some other random Ice Tower combos, and somehow pull off a Chimps Run with a hero? So, first of all, the only hero that I think is viable on an advanced map in general is going to be Sauda. She's the only one where we can just start off with her. She pops a lot of the balloons, and you can actually make this happen. And believe it or not, we are currently on round 14, legit, in a real Chimps game, surviving with Ice Towers. So let's see how far we can go, I guess. All right, round 15's a little bit tricky, but with one quick Sauda ability, we managed to take it down. Oh, wait. Yes. One Ice Tower can take down blue balloons. Good to know. And what I decided to do was go for a quick Sauda start into an Ice Tower. I decided to put my Ice Tower right next to Sauda, which might seem like a bad idea, but the reason why I did it is because I wanted to get Permafrost going. If we slow down the balloons and keep them on the screen for a little longer, Sauda will have more time to deal with said balloons, and will hopefully help us in the long run. Unfortunately, we do have to deal with non-perfection, so we did give ourselves continues. We're going to switch Sauda to first instead of strong, even though I believe strong is probably better for most rounds. Dang, so I don't think this yellow balloon's going to get popped without the ability, so that's unfortunate. Now we're stuck with regen balloons. Alright, what do we do here? Try another Ice Tower up in the front here, just slow things down a little bit more. Sauda, still working our magic here, and beautifully, we still managed to survive through round 18 with just Ice Towers. It's quite unbelievable. I got a quick question here. If we get a larger radius, can we pop green balloons? Because that can change the game in our favor in a lot of situations. So red's down to nothing. Yes, we can. Oh, wait. It's got to be perfectly timed, though. All right, let's try randomly enhanced freeze instead. No. Now this is a pretty solid combo. Enhanced freeze, larger radius, can pop all the way through greens, and pretty consistently at that note. But yellows. I don't know about yellows here. Let's see how this is going to happen. I don't think refreeze is going to do anything for us, but it looks like, yes, yellows even can go down here if we time them right. Beautiful. All right, so realistically, our goal is kind of one-sided. What I really want to get is a cryo cannon. $2,430 because you aim the balloons instead of just kind of randomly hitting this weird aura of ridiculousness here. But there's no guarantees of that actually going through and actually happening here, so admittedly, I'm a little afraid. Especially when pink balloons are sneaking through. So maybe, just maybe, this is doable in some weird way, but even if it is doable, we're going to lose soon. I mean, there's just nothing we can really do about this. So we need to change up our strategy completely. I'm just going to have to start over. I'm going to have to play unchimpsified. I think you guys probably know where we're going with this one. Corvus! Now, if you guys have not seen it, Corvus is basically easily a one-tower chimpsable tower slash hero if you give the extra money to start off the game with, which admittedly is not exactly a one-tower chimps anymore, but, you know, it is what it is. So, the question is, can Corvus do this on an advanced map, though? And to be honest, an advanced map is that much more tricky, and not going to be super easy and reasonable to do, but we have Ice Towers this time around. So can we use those Ice Towers to our advantage to give us those small little bonuses that we need to make ourselves get through this game? Let's test it out. So far, things are going pretty smooth. In fact, so smooth that I'm going to buy an early Ice Shards Ice Tower here, which, I'll be honest, I'm not even sure if that's a good idea right now, but it's one of the only things that can damage kind of big chunks of balloons, which is kind of Corvus's weakness, I guess. And I want to make sure that I set myself up for what I want long-term. And what I want long-term is, I think, a Super Riddle. $30,000. It's pretty pricey here, but it should do a lot of extra help for us, just like overall. And with that combo, I think we're better off going Enhanced Freeze and Deep Freeze here, not the bottom path, even though it seems like it's going to help us out. And then we're going to go for another Ice Tower, but this other Ice Tower is going to be a, probably, hold on, Corvus, make sure we're nourishing him. This one is going to be a, I think bottom path Ice Tower. I think I'm going to need a cryo cannon. All right, the good news is we can pop camo balloons without the need for Corvus here, so even though Corvus could have ended up tanking these with either the Soul Barrier or just getting us camo vision, this just makes it a lot easier just having ice shards. Purple balloons, though, that is a problem for us, isn't it? If you're enjoying the content, don't forget to go to the creator support section and use SJB as your creator support code. Thank you guys so much. Okay, so we're going to try to just slice through some of these purple balloons and hopefully get the ice charge to pop these guys. Otherwise, we're going to have to rethink our strategy entirely if we have to worry about purple balloons being such a pain in the early game here. I could also shield block some of those lives as well if we need to. Let's just see what happens. Let's go kablamo! We get some of them. We get enough of them. Boom. All the purple balloons get taken down on round 25 as well. Delicious. Luckily for us, Ice Shards is also going to give us that lead popping power as well. So we don't have to worry about leads either. So that's honestly a pretty good idea to go for this thing. To be honest, I was like, yeah, this makes sense. I want to think about it for 4th and 5th tiers. But no. It actually makes a lot more sense to do it like this. All right, as far as cross paths go, for a cryo cannon, you're absolutely going to need that top path upgrade because you're going to think about DDTs long term. So permafrost, it will help helpful, obviously, but it's really about the cold snap here. That's going to be the main tower for us long term. Plus, it gives us that cam detectors for early game here, which, again, is not a huge weakness, but it still is a minor weakness. Here we go with Corvus. Again, another purple, delicious, destructive ability here. Woo! All right, let's nourish again. Or not. Oh, no. Oh, no. There it goes. All right, luckily I didn't nourish at the end of a round because that could totally screw us over. I'm kind of upset that Cryo Cannon didn't hit the Frozen Balloons. I don't know. It just feels like it should have hit the Frozen Balloons better. Oh, yeah, we miss. That's the problem. All right, we're just going to shield it. Let's Soul Barrier that. It's very little mana, to be completely honest. You can use it right there. We don't get it for later on if we need it, but for now at least, we're just going to nourish again and see if we can get Corvus to keep on leveling up a little bit in the early part of the game here. And think about what we're going to do for the Moab. So, of course, Corvus can take down a lot of Moab class action, but he's not the best Moab popper ever. In fact, that's one of his weaknesses, I would say, in general, just Moab class balloons. So, I don't know if I have a direct answer to that dilemma, to be completely honest. Ice towers are bad against Moabs, so I'm thinking maybe we just try to go for an early snowstorm, or if it comes down to it, maybe Icicles will help us out? Maybe, like, a little bit? Kind of want to just, like, save my money and see what happens with it all. Oh, darn. I made a mistakey poo. I'm going to cast the Vision spell to get rid of the Camo Whites here, and that's going to get us through that. But that does make me realize Camo Whites are still a weakness long-term, and I think there are a couple rounds where Camo Whites do come out against us. We're definitely going to need to use Corvus for those. So, this is going to be my last Nourish, I think, before I start saving up my mana and getting ready for this Moab. So I moved Corvus to strong targeting for now because the Zebras were just running right through my defense, and I need to make sure I pop the Zebras and the Rainbows here as fast as possible. But unfortunately, that means Balloons are starting to sneak through us. So even though it's not like the most efficient way to do it, I am going to throw down a random Ice Tower down here. Back to first, back to first, back to first! All right, Swippity swapped up my strategy a little bit here. We've got a pretty good amount of mana here for the Moab, and I think I want to try to just Ancestral Might through it. Boom, boom, boom. Smash, smash, smash. We get right through that Moab. Delicious. So our early game here, definitely pretty solid. We've got an Embrittlement ready to go, and we've already got our Icicles ready to go, and that was more than enough for the Moab. And honestly, I don't want to say this is smooth sailing, but I don't see any super major crazy issues in the short term here. Mobs are kind of our big deal here, and we don't have to deal with another one for 8 rounds. By that point, honestly, what are we going to have? Icicle and frickin' Pale? We could, if we don't spend any money. Camo purples are still a minor problem here. I'm going to try to Soul Barrier through this one camo purple. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. It's honestly very little mana overall for that. And then we're actually going to nurse right away again on the middle of round 45. We already have $10,000 saved up. All right, camo regen purples. We are going to have to try to tank these guys. I don't know if I want to go for another Embrittlement or something at some point, because there's just going to be too many random things here. Oh, crap. Oh, okay. Luckily, we got lucky there. All right, we're going to have to do something here. We're just going to try to cast Ember. All right, it's just a simple, easy little ability. That's going to make us hopefully survive through 48. Then I'm going to get ready to use something else around 49 as well, I think. I don't want to go crazy with it, but I think something small, maybe an Echo Cast, maybe just like a Haste Cast should be enough here. Get us through round 49 here. With an ability, of course. With an ability! Maybe. Is that enough? We got $18,000 saved up over here. He's still chasing a little bit, but no way, Jose. We get right through it. And we're at 20K saved up already, but we got a Moab to deal with. All right, this is where we got to be a little careful. We got 2 Moabs coming out on round 50 here. So let's start off with a Ancestral Might. That's not going to last for the second Moab, though. So for the second Moab, we're going to try to switch to a Storm and see if maybe we can warp him back down to the bottom or something like that. Ooh. All right, we're just going to cast Storm. And I'm going to cast Ember as well. Ember Storm combo. See if that's enough. If we get through the Moab. Oh, yeah, Icicle Impale right on top of it. Beautiful. All right, let's turn these guys off. And do I even want to give him camo detection? He's doing good. He's doing really good. Everybody's doing really good. We got almost $30,000 saved up here for round 51. That is nice. Oh, wait, camo detection. Sure. Let's barrier it. Sure, why not? Why not? I think it's worth it to barrier just one thingamajig because we don't really waste a lot of mana when we do that. Okay, this was bad. I just used all of my stuff. Let's cast Haste. Okay. This could be bad-ish. But maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll slice through the ceramics down here and then use the rest of our abilities for something else. No, didn't quite work out. All right, a pretty consistent Storm ability is... Oh, no. Yes, it's good enough. Saves the day. And we're still $3,000 away. Oh, $5,000 away. Icicle Impale. Oh, no, and Camo Balloons. I'm really glad that I have continues available to me because otherwise this would have sucked so much. All right, we're probably just going to cast Vision. Let's cast Vision. And I can turn this off, and I think... Oh, I need to turn it back on. All right, we definitely are kind of low on mana right now. Let's move him down here and slice and see if this is going to be enough if we cast another couple spells maybe. I might have to trample. We'll see. Oh, no, I don't have... Yeah, cast! Oh, too slow. Really close for round 53. With a swipe, we do get it, but definitely puts us in a precarious situation for round 54. Oh, no, we got all our mana back because we swiped so deliciously perfect. All right, I'm just going to use Ancestral Might here. It's a really good ability when you need it, and as long as we can survive just a few more rounds here, we're going to have Icicle Impale, which again is our biggest weakness, just Moab class balloons. After that, we're going to be smooth sailing for quite a while. So we go, one last slice. Let's use that extra mana to just, why not, just do it. And then, oh no, I'm really glad this isn't Chimps, otherwise I'd be so upset with my life, especially if I had a black Chimps medal running right now. I think my problem is I'm being too greedy with my nourishing. You know, I want to feed him. I want to give him all this baby food, make him super strong long term. But I just shouldn't do that. Should not feed him. Don't feed him after dark. Don't get him wet. And what was the other rule? They don't like light. So yeah. All right. Just let that ride. I think we're good here. And Icicle Impale. It's officially up. Move him to strong. And now we got to decide what we want to do. There's a lot of options available to us now. But I feel very good against Moab class balloons. I feel pretty decent against regular balloons. But I do have to be careful because some of the positions here are very nice for pretty much the entirety of the game until you get to one round that's going to be brutal, and that is the last round of this game, round 100. The bad balloon with everything piled up in the front is usually not a good idea. So we're going to have to watch that really carefully and see if we can do something. But if both of our 5th tiers are on the front and we don't have another way to like damage with ice towers, that's pretty awful. I mean, that's leaving it all up to Corvus here, which I know he's pretty decent, but he's not the best against bad balloons, and it usually takes almost the entirety of the map to defend, even on easier, longer maps. Holy crap, the balloons are still kind of problematic here. All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave this guy on the bottom down here. We're going to go for a Snowstorm. I will probably go for an Absolute Zero is probably my next ability here. And the main thing for me now is just make sure I am nourishing Corvus. Try to get him up as high as I possibly can, even if it's just minor stuff. If I can get this going up maybe an extra level or an extra 2 levels, we might actually be good. And let's see if this is enough. Round 63! Lots and lots of balloons. Let's see how we're doing here. With no special techniques or anything like that, just letting Corvus do his job. It looks pretty solid, actually. And 64 goes down easily. Maybe not super easily, but easily enough. Easily enough where I am not upset with how my life is going. Now, I've never actually done this combo before, but I'm very curious. I'm going to test it out. After we use Nourishment, I have to get a few balloons in range here, and then I'm going to go straight into a recovery play. And I want to see if I can get this back, get enough mana, so I can just use this again and try to level up even quicker if I want to be really fancy about it. But I'll be honest with you guys, I'm going to work on this for a little while. We're going to see you guys back in probably about 10 rounds. I don't see this being an issue, but I'll let you know. All right, I'm not going to say things have been going flawlessly. We have had some issues here and there. Random rounds just killing us. In a real Chimps game, honestly, it would be very tricky to use Corvus to do a lot of this weird stuff. But this isn't a real Chimps game. I have continues allowed. I don't have to be crazy about trying to exit out and come back and do all this stuff. So things have not been going all that awful. But one thing I've noticed is that if I just use like one of our random top path spells, it's working wonderfully. Or is it? Wonderfully enough. But I have $26,000 saved up again. All right, let's slice. Let's see if this is going to be enough for 76. Indeed, it is. All right, I'm just going to cast a quick Ember spell. I'm going to freeze a little earlier. I'm going to see if this slow burn and spear... Oh, yeah, look at the ridiculous. Look at the difference. Like I said, it's not... I mean, I guess we could call it a skill issue here. Clearly, I am not the Corvus King or anything like that. But it's weird, because you just need to, like, randomly click this button or click that button, and it just, like, magically works sometimes. It's really, really goofy. All right, here we go. Super Brittle is up and ready to go. Perfection. And I don't know how I was able to use the Nourishment and still keep this active at the same time, but it worked. I'll take it. So with Super Brittle active, don't forget we got a deep freezing, fast shooting Super Brittle, which should make everything do more damage. But he got buffed. I don't remember exactly what the buff is, but I remember it is a buff. And I just don't know if that's going to be enough. Enough to get us through this. So we don't technically have camo detection, but it doesn't matter. Snowstorm is just going to wipe right through these camo balloons. And we are still going reasonably strong with Ice Towers on Chimps. Of course, with this new hero here. The question is, what do we do now? So kind of the last step for us here is Absolute Zero. That'll be our last 5th tier tower of the game. And just to be straight with you, 5th tier towers are the answer to most of your problems. Whenever you have the chance, you build the 5th tiers, and if you get all 3 5th tiers, you expect yourself to be doing great. Unfortunately, that's not quite the case. As you can tell, reinforced BFBs and stuff are still kind of an issue. So I'm running out of mana. I don't really know what to do here. You know what? Screw it. Let's try to jump down. Save the day. Corvus, baby. Woo! All right, magically we do that. But now for round 80. Let's try casting Ancestral Might. It's the easiest, best answer here. Let's Ancestral Might this Turtles, oh my god. And we're gonna hope that this is just magically enough. And it looks like it indeed is easily enough. I don't know if it's still worth it for me to be casting these spells, but I am level 14 right now, which is not bad, all things considered. I don't know if we're going to make it to level 20 by the end of the game. Probably not. But if we get to 16, 17, 18, our best bet, instead of spending money on Ice Towers, might actually be to spend it on Corvus. All right. Absolute Zero's next, 100%. I feel like this is getting pretty bad right now. This is like a lot of balloons trying to see through our defense. I guess we're going to jump him down here. We're going to just steal them all. See if that's going to be enough here. It's close again, but we manage it. For some reason, this Icicle Impale is not doing as much as I thought he would. I don't know why. Or maybe it's just the balloons in general. Is the Super Brittle not doing a good enough job here? I don't know. Just not getting as much as I would have hoped. Just overall. All right, let's leave Corvus down here for now, I guess. It doesn't really matter too much, I suppose. We just want to leave as many spells on as we possibly can, kind of long term here. Storm and Spear. If you can leave that combo running, you are in a good place, my friends. All right, we got the money for Absolute Zero. We got the 3 5th tiers in this game, all at the same time. Positioning, I hope, is not going to bite us in the butt. I mean, it makes so much sense to put the Ice Tower up here to pop them up, Leslie. It makes so much sense to put this guy in a corner near the front of the map so you can pop them faster and give yourself more time for the ceramics to kind of run through. But against that bad balloon on round 100, I do not want this to bite me in the butt. I do not want it, but there are no guarantees, obviously. Okay, for some reason, it feels like we just got a lot stronger. I don't know if it's Corvus or just this combo working out magically or what, but I feel pretty good. And we're running out of mana. All right, we're going to do a dual cast again on these guys. We're going to freeze again. I don't know if this is going to work out for us, but seemingly it is. And Super Brittle, yeah, if you get the right combo. If you get the Super Brittle to hit things while they're right here, oh, is that delicious. Oh, is that delicious. But of course, that's not easy to make happen. It's almost, I don't want to say luck-based, but like unbelievable skill-based. Like you have to be so good at paying attention to exactly what's going on to make this happen. But it's still going. Let's turn this off. Let's leave this running. Let's freeze everything. And then don't forget that these abilities can affect Moab-class balloons and get you a pretty good amount of mana here. So, honestly, my best bet's probably just Ancestral Might. But I don't quite have the mana yet. Let's freeze it all. Let's just use Ancestral Might. It's on round 87, a big Oh My God round. Ice Golem Pale here, doing his best. Oh, Zebra Balloon! Alright, try something a little bit different here. Don't underestimate both Overload and Ancestral Might. They're fairly good upgrades. So we're going to see if this time around we can make it. Oh, there's a Zebra at the bottom. Alright, he cleans them up eventually. Yes, yes, yes. It's still a slow process, but it's a good enough process. Alright, this is admittedly where things get kind of tricky. We've got DDTs coming out in this next round. We got Moabs near the back of the map. Corvus, do something! Oh my God. Alright, slow poppages of Zebras near the back of the map here. Corvus isn't near the front, but we should have Ice Towers affect DDTs pretty easily. Ice Golem Pale by himself should be able to pop DDTs, let alone with some freezy action and all this other junk. So I'm going to pop Corvus back in action up in the front. DDTs, no issues at all, but technically not really good camera detection. And I'm just going to do it. We're just going to cast Vision just so we can pop these guys nice and easily, because it doesn't really matter that much. We'll Nourish as well, because why not? And it's a weird situation, man. It's all about microing Corvus at this point. It's really not even about the Ice Towers all that much. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but it's about the random Zebras sneaking through or the random Crab sneaking through. So let's get Spear back and activated. Again, jumping around kind of like a Druid Lightning. Between balloons just to try to get rid of just the Zebra layer or just the white layer. Alright, round 92, a fairly beefy round, but nothing too horrible. I'm going to continue to try to nourish myself, and I'm currently level 16. I feel like it's been working. I don't know what the true level you would normally get to as Corvus at the end of the game if you did not do any of this, but I bet you it's not even close to what I have right now. Alright, I'm going to cast Ember. I really like the fire on the frozen balloons because they're just kind of like sitting on top of it and they just sort of burn to death. And then we're going to Ancestral Might any Oh My God we see. That's the plan. Any Oh My God we see, we Ancestral Might the crap out of it, and we hope that it's enough. No guarantees, obviously, but we hope that it's enough. And so far, it has been. All right, 93, more DDTs. I've got $34,000 saved up at this point, by the way. Seems like a lot of money. May not be much for us, though. Like, it might just not do anything. All right, we're going to cast the Vision spell again just to make sure Corvus can help us out against these camos. And we're going to freeze everything. It's a slow process, but you know what? It is a pretty easy process. This freeze comes back so quickly, you can freeze like 3 or 4 times per round if you want to. Alright, Corvus, let's nourish you up, my friend. Nourish, and then get the mana back with some fire or whatever. Freeze everything on the screen. I'm going to cast Storm here against the Oh My Gods and whatnot. I'm also going to cast Ancestral Might. You know what? Let's do the Overload. Let's overload these Oh My Gods. Let's get some mana back. And we're going to be careful at the bottom here. Woo! Get back down there. All right. That's the problem with Overload, is that if you overload it too hard, it can break your back, bro. It can break your back. Okay, we need Spear. We need Spear. Let's just leave it on Spear for now. I might want to also cast Storm. You know what? Let's just jump him back here. Let's jump back. Let's slice. We'll jump him back by the time the next round starts, I think. Yes, yes, yes. Good, good, good. And I am just... Yeah, I gotta turn it off. I gotta turn it off. DDTs. Still not expecting any major issues with DDTs here. I think it's gonna go down reasonably easily. Let's cast Vision, though, just to make sure we got all the camera detection we need. And I guess I'll just cast another Ember. It's kind of like a nice, easy one for me. I just like it, in general. Alright, DDT's getting near the back. Not too far. And 95 goes down. $50,000 right now. Delicious. Alright, big chunks of BFBs this time. Alright, let's cast Spear, and we're going to cast Storm at the same time. I'll freeze everything. Get my... Oh! Yellow Balloon snuck through. What the heck was that? Okay, let's cast Spear a little earlier, and Storm a little earlier. Let's make sure everything is actually frozen here. Make sure our mana stays near the height here. And then I'm thinking... I'm thinking about Nourishing. Oh my god, what? Another Yellow Balloon snuck... What the heck is... How is a Yellow Balloon sneaking through? Alright, I guess we're just going a little too quick here. slow it down. There's nothing wrong with that. And we're gonna, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna trample. I don't know if that's the right answer, but it's not doing anything. And we lose again to a Zebra Blue this time. 96, a very tricky round. Let's change up the strategy completely. We're gonna cast Ancestral Might. Right after that, we're gonna get this thing going so we get our mana back. We're still gonna freeze here. And we're gonna cast Storm as well. And let's see if this is gonna magically be enough. The Ice Tower is not getting overwhelmed this... Oh, he is getting overwhelmed! Holy crap! Alright, so we are running into issues with Ceramic Glass Balloons. The Absolute Zero in the back here is doing an okay job, but it just gets overwhelmed. So I'm going to try to add an extra Ice Tower over here. It's nothing absurd or ridiculous. It's just a little bit of extra help for us, hopefully. And then I'm going to activate the Spear and the Storm again. And we're going to see if this combo is going to work out for us this time around. This time around, we make it to Zoma Gods pretty easily. Oh yeah, look at that difference. I don't know why it was such a big difference, but it was. And we're running out of mana here, which is unfortunate. But we're just going to cast Ancestral Might here at this point. Let's freeze them all in place as well. Bam, bam. Why do they not freeze very easily? Okay, that kind of sucks. These are still activated, though. The unfortunate thing is you can't get rid of this. It can't jump back down. It just is what it is. But it does go through, and we're on round 97 now. Okay, this time around, Icicle Impale should do a great job against round 97. It should do a pretty solid job against round 98, but if we're running into issues with round 96, it's all about the grouped balloons. And that does make me a little bit afraid here. So I also don't have Overload ready. And I have no mana. Okay. We're going to try to... I guess the freeze doesn't really do anything here. Alright, we're going to burn them, and we're going to try to Overload. Let's see if we just... Oh, I don't have any mana still. Bam. Alright, Overload. Okay, we get through the Oh My God layer, but that honestly is still not that good. This is looking pretty rough for us. Moab's near the back of the map, bro. Alright, I might randomly cast Burn, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Moabs are going to sneak right through. Yeah, I don't think we can save the day here. Alright, Ancestral Might with a Teleport. Will this be enough? Reinforce Oh My Gods. It's kind of working a little bit, but this guy still has to pop a lot of balloons down here. Still got to pop a lot of balloons. It's a slow process, but we do succeed. Yay! All right, 97 goes down with a lot of pain right there. Round 98, though, we're expecting problems, like a lot of problems. I think we're going to have to try to keep Storm and Spear activated most of the time, and... I probably will have to Overload at some point, but I don't know when I'm going to have to do that. All right, we're going to start with some freezes. So we want it to be as slow as possible. In fact, I'm going to move this guy from strong to first. They can move forward a little bit. It's okay. I don't need them to be at the very, very front of the map. I just need Moabs to actually get popped here is the major issue. So Corvus really isn't doing much. Let's try to Ember, and I'll activate Spear as well. Make sure we're freezing, keeping them on the screen as long as we possibly can. And it's, again, a very slow process, but it is working kind of exactly as we want it to. Let's get Corvus down here, get some mana back. And the balloons are getting to the very, 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 very back. I don't know what to do. We're going to cast Ancestral Might to try to just smack some balloons into smithereens here. I'm going to freeze them. Let's keep them on the screen. What's he on? I want him to be on first. Last! First! Oh my god, look at these Moabs sticking through. Oh no! Alright guys, ready for this? We're gonna Overload Kablamo! Take them down, baby! Woo! Alright, that was a lot of... Whoa, it's still not over. It's still not over. Oh no, Corvus. Corvus. Save the day. Freeze him. Keep him on the screen. Corvus, baby! No! Oh my god, can we finally do it? It's gonna be so close! We got no extra abilities. It's really all up to Corvus right here. Near the back of the zebras. A green balloon! No, I hate you! Oh my god. Wow, that actually worked. We somehow got like a major overload just play out for us. That was a delish. Alright, now we're really hoping that round 99 is just going to be easy because Icicle Impale needs to do its job. And if that goes according to plan, we can also use this ability. If that goes according to plan, then it's all up to the bad balloon. And it seems possible, maybe, that could happen. All right, so this DDT did sneak through. Unfortunately, I don't know if I can use any regular abilities, but I can try to use some... oh, this should be decamo-wise, but we're just not hitting the lead layer. Okay. Let's try doing something a little bit different. Let's try just casting Spear for most of this round, and maybe we'll just clean up some of these balloons so the Icicle Impale can actually hit the DDTs properly. So going to freeze just a little bit earlier here. See if this is going to be beautiful enough for us. I would like to keep as much mana as possible. We might have to also cast some sort of flame or something like that to make this happen. All right. Let's cast this. Technically, he can't see the things right away, so let's just cast it. We're going to get a lot of mana back anyways, and then I'm going to cast... dang, this just snuck right frickin' through. I wanted to cast the flames, but I don't know if that's going to be good for us. Also, could possibly help us out against the bad balloon if we really wanted it to, and unfortunately, they're just sneaking right through still. I'm going to try the trample. I'm going to dismiss the storm here, and it looks a lot better. Undismiss that. Okay, we got some action here. Let's jump him down here. Let's get our mana back with this ability. Kaboom. We can't hit the camo balloons, so we're going to have to just wait this out. Soul Barrier. All right, so we survived that. Not in the best way possible, but in a way that was possible. We're going to activate Storm. We're going to activate Spear. We are going to burn through this balloon, and we're going to have to use these two abilities are the main two things we need to do. We need to use Ancestral Might, try to smack through this bad layer, or we're going to try to have to use Overload to also smack through that layer right there. No guarantees on it, but let's give it a shot. All right, let me show you guys something. So we've been practicing a little bit. There is a slightly alternative strategy that we can try to pull off. What we can try to do is we can try to use the Echo. So we're going to use that right at the very end here to double our popping power. We're going to use the cast to do that, and we're going to try to recover after that. We're going to have to jump around and see if we can make that happen again? Maybe? All right, I think we got it figured out. What we have to do is we have to double up our spell, then use the Overload. This is going to double the Overload's power. It does cost us a full 820 mana to make that happen, but if you have the fire going, it slowly gains as you kind of move on. So here we go. We're going to skip to the very end of this, and what we're going to do is the exact same thing. So we recovered the spell in the meantime. We're going to need to get a lot of mana here, so we're going to use the Echo, we're going to use our ability, and we're going to Overload to get a quadruple Overload to take down this bad balloon. Absolutely delicious. And so with a lot of help from Corvus, we do end up making it happen. It was ridiculous, it was amazing, it was fantastic, it was scary, but Ice Towers Chimps with an extra $400, $350 is indeed possible with the new hero on an advanced map. Absolutely absurd. If you guys enjoyed, press that like button, make sure you subscribe, and have a super duper delicious day.